God's Meltdown, and this evening I am joined by
Jon Donais from Living Wreckage, Anthrax, and Shadows Fall.
As soon as I heard One Foot in the Grave, I was instantly hooked. How pleased are you with the responses so far? I mean, I know you've done it out on an EP earlier, didn't you?
Yeah, it's been a slow build, but the responses have been good. It's hard being a new band, as everyone knows. There's so many out there, and it's hard to get yourself noticed these days. So it's a slow build, but we've had a lot of positive feedback so far.
I love the whole album, and I already know what to expect from it. But what can fans expect on the 23rd of September?
So it's not as heavy as Shadows Fall, because a lot of people might think it's going to be kind of another Shadows Fall, but it's not. It's more hard rock influenced, much more melodic than Shadows Fall. But there's still thrashiness in there. The like big four thrash influences is still big in it, but it's mixed with hard rock and a lot of arena 80s rock, where we were really influenced by that. So we're trying to kind of take a mix of thrash and have that real hookiness and real party vibe of the 80s. And I'm sorry. So yeah, we're influenced everything from like Slayer to Skid Row and Tesla, and then a lot of, I would say 80s metal and 90s metal, stuff like Sepultura, Pantera, White Zombie from the 90s, and then anywhere, a lot of the hair metal bands from the 80s, and we're trying to just make it work, and hopefully people will dig it.
Absolutely. And what I love as well is the artwork for the album. That's fantastic. Do you plan to have that framed in your home?
I haven't thought about that, but who knows? We'll see. We'll see how well the record does. And if it fails, maybe I don't want to remember it.
I'm sure it won't. I mean, it's great to see vinyl resurgence, isn't it? It's fantastic. I mean, I had such a collection when I was in my teens and that. And then as you do, you go through life and you lose them, and some still rebuying them and again. And
yeah,
you're going to be releasing that on vinyl, aren't you?
Absolutely. And that's what, I mean, this recording was done in October of 2020, but we held off because we wanted the vinyl. We wanted everything to come out at once. We didn't want it to come out in bits and pieces here. So we waited, and I think it's good that we waited. We built up a little momentum, and hopefully we'll get the name out there, and people will dig it.
Absolutely. And you've already been out on the road with it, haven't you?
We have not toured. Mostly we've done headlining dates in the New England area where we're from. The only national bands we've opened up for are Overkill and Buck Cherry, and those went great. That's what I'm saying. We could kind of fit into the hard rock scene, and we could fit into the thrash scene too. And it's not, I don't think everyone would be like, why are these guys playing this show? It doesn't make sense. I think it works for both sides. But we want to get out there and open up for bands. We want to get more people to know the band. So I'm hoping we can get some support tours and get the band out there in front of some people.
Absolutely. I mean, you're coming over to the UK soon with Anthrax, aren't you?
Yes, that's actually the end of September.
Yeah. How stoked are you about that?
I can't wait, because it seems like ages since I've been there. It seems like another lifetime ago. But we just did a tour of Black Label Society and Hatebreed over the summer in the U.S., and that was the first tour I did in 3 years. So it just flew by. Usually with tours, like the last 2 weeks, you're like, all right, I'm ready to go home. But I'm like, I'm not ready to go home. I want to stay out.
I can imagine. Well, I'll get to see you guys at Newcastle. I can't wait for that.
Okay, great. Hopefully we'll be able to say hi to each other.
I hope so, man. Absolutely. So you've been in Anthrax quite a while now. Which is your favorite track to play live?
So right now, and it's always been one of my favorite tracks, but we didn't start playing it on a tour until this tour, is Keep It in the Family. That's my favorite. That's my favorite tune to play right now, because that verse riff is just so crunchy and heavy, and I love it. Yeah, I get way into it. So I'm psyched on that tune right now.
Do you think the Big Four will ever get a tour together again?
Oh God, I mean, that's up to Metallica.
Yeah.
I know the Anthrax guys would love nothing more to do that, and I've never got a chance to do that. I wasn't in the band when they did that, so that'd be a dream come true for me. So, I'll cross my fingers that happens someday.
Let's hope so, man, before we all get too old.
Yeah, hopefully it happens before everyone has to stop playing music.
Absolutely. I was digging out my old Shadows Fall albums. I still love Threads of Life.
Oh, great.
You would have been asked this shitloads anyway, but are there plans to do any more Shadows Fall albums or tours?
So we did a reunion in December. It went very well. We have 2 shows coming up in September. It's a Furnace Festival and Blue Ridge Festival. When I'm home and Jason's home, because Jason plays in Overkill, we're jamming once a week. And I've showed the guys 3 songs that I've written so far, and we've laid down some music. As far as where it's going to go, I don't know. I've always got material, and it's just a matter of getting together and finding the time to do it. But I would love to do some new music.
That'd be awesome. So can you remember the first time you ever stepped onto a stage and had people watching you?
Yeah, it was at Pearl Street in Northampton, Massachusetts, and I was 14 at the time. And my band was opening up for this band called Strip Mine that had Sully from Godsmack in it.
Wow.
And it was crazy just to even be in a club at that age, because you weren't supposed to be in there unless you were 18, I think, and older. But I knew the girl booking the club, and she let me in. But yeah, I mean, as soon as I did that, I was addicted. Very first time I played live. That's what it's all about to me, is playing live. Being in the studio can be fun too, but to me, it's all about the live feel and connecting with the audience and going out, meeting people, hanging out after the show, having some fun. That's what I love all about this.
So going back to Living Wreckage, if one track could appear on a film or TV series, which would you choose?
Ooh, that's a hard one. Because I don't know if I'd want to go something more thrashier side, or I guess it would depend on what kind of TV series. If it's something brutal and a lot of action, I would probably go with Breaking Point, because I think that song's a real punch in the face.
So what would you say has been the most memorable concert you've ever played?
There's so many. I would say for Shadows Fall, the one that stuck out the most is probably we got to play in Ozfest, and on the main stage it was Iron Maiden, Black Sabbath, Black Label Society, Mudvayne, and us. And I always think I was like 26 maybe at the time, so just to be that young and be in that huge experience, and you're walking by members of Black Sabbath and Iron Maiden every day, and you're just pinching yourself. That was probably the standout tour for Shadows Fall. And then for Anthrax was traveling with Iron Maiden in South America on their 747 and having Bruce Dickinson fly you around. And, you get in your seat and he's telling you how far the flight is, what the weather's going to be and all that. And totally professional airline pilot. It's just crazy because you're like, first of all, I'm on a plane with Iron Maiden. And then fucking Bruce Dickinson's flying it. And then I get to play in front of 50,000 people tonight. So I don't think it's going to get any better than that. I think I definitely peaked on that one.
Absolutely, man. That's just totally surreal. Okay, then. So the next one, then. Can you tell me what's been the most outrageous thing you've done in the name of metal and rock, all rock?
Oh, most outrageous thing. Oh, fuck. It's just trying to get anywhere and just, especially in the beginning, you're living on people's floors and vans, sleeping in vans and taking any kind of help you can get. And it's when I look back at it, I'm like, I can't believe I did all that. But then it's like, I'm starting again with Living Wreckage and we're going to have to go through that all again. But I believe in it and I love it. So I'm willing to do it. And the thing is, I got asked not too long ago, like, what's it like playing with Anthrax? Are you playing in front of thousands of people, and then going back to the other bands, not playing in front of so many people. And I just do it because I love it. Living Wreckage, sometimes have 50 people at a show, but I still play like it's 5,000 and give it my all. If we could win over a couple people, then something good came out of that.
Absolutely. It was the passion, isn't it? And I mean, many
Yeah.
musicians say that, that some of their best shows have been playing to 10 people,
Yeah. And the thing is with Living Wreckage, it's not, and this is what I wanted when I started the band. I didn't want it to be, I'm gonna share some files with you. You share some files with me. Because I was talking to other musicians that I tour with, and I toy with the idea of jam with other known guys. But I'm like, that's gonna be a pain in the ass because we'll never be able to get in the same room. And when are we ever gonna be able to play shows? So I wanted to just do it the old school way. I wanted to get in the basement with 4 other guys, have some beers and write some fucking rock and roll, And that's what we did. We're all friends. We have a good time, keep it very loose, hang out, have fun. And it's basically like being in a garage band again when you were a kid. And I love it. I come home from Anthrax tours and we'll play local bars. We'll do cover sets where we'll have to play for 2 hours. So we'll mix in stuff like Alice in Chains, Metallica, Pantera. We'll throw in like stuff like Bryan Adams, like stuff like that, fun stuff. And we just have a good time.
So what Bryan Adams songs do you throw in then?
We do Summer '69.
Well, that's my favorite Bryan Adams song. Yeah. Love it.
Yeah, we'll do like Billy Idol's Rebel Yell, and then we'll do something like a New Level by Pantera. So it goes from anywhere to like 80s pop rock to like straight fucking kicking the nuts metal.
Brilliant. Okay, so my Belgian friend asked this one a lot. So if you were an instrument, what would you be?
I'd be a guitar, of course.
You tell me, what was the last song you listened to?
Well, I was just driving home from my mom's house, and I put in the new Soilwork record. I think that's a pretty kick-ass record. So I just got done listening to Soilwork about 10 minutes ago.
Oh, excellent. Cool. Okay, so next one then. Who in your eyes is the ultimate rock god?
Dimebag Darrell. Because this is how I see him. I see him as the MVP of heavy metal and guitars for heavy metal, because he checked all the boxes. He could write leads. Awesome riff writer, awesome songwriter, had a great stage presence, and on top of it, he was a rock star. He was somebody that you were like, I want to meet this guy. I want to hang out with him. And he just had something special that it's one of a kind. He checked off all the boxes, and that, to me, he was the mega rock god.
Absolutely, I couldn't agree more, honestly. So next then, can you give me 4 words to describe Living Wreckage?
All right, let's see. It's heavy metal. Well, that's 2 words, or is that heavy metal, hard rock?
Oh, yeah, good answer. Okay, so if you hadn't been a successful musician, what do you think you would have been doing?
Oh shit, I still wonder, because I'm still like, I'm trying to get back after this pandemic, and you never know where stuff's going. So I'm still trying to figure that out. It keeps me up at night. I don't know. I really don't know, because I've been doing this for over 20 years, and it's pretty much all I know. When my back's against the wall, I have to do other things, but I guess time will tell.
Brilliant. Okay, so next is 5 questions, either or either. Yeah. So the first one's vinyl or digital.
I know this is not going to be the popular answer, but I'm going to go digital, just because of the convenience.
Yeah.
And not having to have a bunch of stuff around the house.
Yeah.
But I know vinyl sounds way better, so I know it's a fucking shitty answer, but I'm being honest.
Cool. Pizza or beer?
Oh God. I have to have one or the other.
Yeah.
And I can't. I gotta go beer.
Totally. Festival or small intimate gig?
Oh, that's hard. I would say if everyone there is to see your band, than the intimate show, because those get nuts. When everyone's your fans, that's then crazy. But then festivals can have a certain vibe too. If you win over a festival, but it's harder to win over a festival than your own gig.
Okay. Saint or sinner?
Well, I've crossed the line of the sinner a few times.
Okay. And the final one, Joe Biden or Kermit the Frog?
Kermit the Frog. I love the fucking Muppets.
Same,
I grew up
mate,
on
absolutely.
them. I love the Muppets.
Same, dude.
My wife and I still we'll have beers and watch the Muppet Show, and we'll just laugh our asses off.
Yeah, I love the Swedish Chef. He's the star. Yeah.
I wish there was more Muppet movies and shows. It seems they're like too far and few between.
Absolutely, couldn't agree more. Yeah, I mean, if you're ever feeling pissed off like with life, put the Swedish Chef on. Works every time. All right, mate.
Yeah.
I want to thank you so much for your time again. I want to congratulate you on the album. Hopefully, you'll get over with the band over to the UK or into Central Europe.
That would be amazing.
Looking forward to catching you guys in Newcastle. Do you have any final words, Anthrax? Do you have any final words for your fans and our viewers and listeners?
Well, I'm psyched. I can't wait to see everyone in the UK in a few weeks with Anthrax. Maybe we'll cross our fingers that Shadows Fall will get back over there sometime soon too, now that we're doing gigs again. And I would love for everyone to just give Living Wreckage a chance and see what they think. And it would be a dream come true to be able to tour the world with Living Wreckage too.